strong.
Hi, welcome to Funny Minds. I'm Lynn B.
And I'm your co-guru today, Edward Biss. How are we?
And today we have on the infamous, the wonderful, the lady who is jack of all trades, she says, Linda Meris. Linda, hi. How are you today?
I am delighted to be here.
Oh my God, I'm loving the red hair. I'm absolutely loving it.
I was put more in. Well, I was natural strawberry blonde, so I'm just trying to help it and experiment.
Well, not so many people can pull it off, but you definitely pull it off. So Linda is an actress, a comedian, a trainer, an author, and a psychometrist, which we're going to let her say. How do you pronounce it?
Psychometrist.
Okay. We're going to let you explain that part of your life because I don't even want to touch that one. But, I mean, where do you find the time to be everything that you are?
Well, it was gradual. It wasn't all at once. The psychometry came around the 90s or so, or late 80s, after certain experiences. And the automatic writing came after channeling a controversial comedian. So the psychometry is where you hold personal objects of one, and usually items that are close to a person.
Okay.
And you sense what you feel. You hear words, you sense pictures. It's clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, sensing. And I describe what I see and feel. And if I'm up on stage, comedy clubs or whatnot, I do it in an upbeat manner. And I actually act out the person or people I'm reading.
Oh.
And it's been a blast. It's something that stays with you, even if you haven't done it in a while, because you're trying to edit a book and get it published. But it is a gift, along with automatic writing. And you don't know what automatic writing is. It's where you just relax, take a pen, take a pad of paper, just write whatever you sense, feel, or whatnot. I feel spirit behind me. So I feel it come right through behind my head. I just write and write and write and write. I don't stop to think like a real writer. They think of the words they're using. You don't think. You just write, feel, and transcribe like taking dictation. And then you read it back and you see what you wrote. And for me, it's always been not of this world, not of my writing, not my syntax. And that's how I believe that I was really connecting somewhere. So I've written for friends and myself. And the big writing was the comedian that I channeled after experiencing saving of the memorabilia of this person. And that came shortly after. I read about Ruth Montgomery, a political activist, and she had channeled a number of people in that way, fashion of automatic writing. So I tried it.
Okay.
And it happened. Sometimes things just happen. I've had paranormal experiences from all over, from childhood all the way through. The last one, or one of the last ones, well, actually, you remember the late comedian Richard Lewis, the comedian?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I just channeled him. I got a little brief channeling after he passed. He came to me. And
that was very recent.
Yes, it's very recent. And the reason why I know he came to me, or why he came to me, because he was close to the other comics and the daughter of the comics. So I felt, or know now, I was the closest one to receive the information.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
I did order your book. I haven't gotten it yet because I'm not a Kindle person. So I have to read a book, but I haven't received it yet. But in the articles that I read about it, didn't say whether it was fiction or nonfiction. I'm believing that it's nonfiction.
Well, I would say spirit communication is nonfiction.
Okay.
Its own realm, I guess.
Okay. So unfortunately, I haven't had the opportunity to read that book yet. So I guess I'm not going to ask you who you're talking about, so because I'm assuming that you're going to tell in the book who you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
The honest truth is I was given permission to publish, but not endorsed his name as to try to sell the book. But anybody can talk about who it is and what I wrote and can sell it to anyone else or advertise it.
Okay.
So that's
okay.
that chain is broken. I'm just trying to adhere to my responsibility.
Can I take a guess?
Yes.
Male or female?
Male. It's so easy, too.
I
thought it was obvious.
It's easy? I was gonna say Joan Rivers, and then you said male.
I think is it somebody we lost within the past couple of years?
No.
So a long time ago.
Pretty long time ago, yes.
A pretty long time ago.
In the world of comedy?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw out Richard Pryor.
That's a good one, but no.
Robin Williams.
No.
He's not a long time ago.
I know. Give it away. He was the most provocative, controversial comedian.
Lenny Bruce?
Oh, no.
Lenny Bruce.
Yes. Oh,
Lenny Bruce.
What?
Yes.
Oh, okay. This is good.
I was hoping it was Joan Rivers. I love Joan Rivers.
I know. I
that's fantastic.
love the cover. I love the cover.
Thank you very much.
Whoever devised the cover was brilliant. So that's. Oh, you did? Okay. Well, good for you. Good for you.
Yes, it was me. I said I wanted me on it. I wanted to look like I was writing. I was channeling. There were all the words, but I had to change part of the top title because he changed it. I said, I even said to him, I said, this is pretty long, but the one you had before was ridiculously long and so dense. So we had to take some of the density. When I say I had to work with somebody who was like my writing buddy, and she'll say, too dense, knock down this, over this, because it's a quick read, but it is impactful, very insightful, impactful, full of wisdom. Oh, it's spiritually significant.
Okay.
And I'm so glad a friend encouraged me to do this project because this book or manuscript was in storage for 37 years.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
I didn't think anyone would believe me and all that, but because of all the History Channel and the Paranormal Channel, the Ghost channels.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many people that are open now that I don't feel alone. And if I tell you about an experience, I could tell you about the experience. Like, for instance, there was a recent experience. This was unusual. I'm at my post office, and I'm about to open my post office box. But before I got to the actual box, there was a woman standing sideways right in front of my box. I mean, I was barely able to get through. And she was just standing there. She wasn't online. There was nobody in front of her where she couldn't get to the teller window at the post office or anything like that. She was just standing there. So I opened my post office box and I said, I don't see anything. I close it. She turns around to me. She says, you left something in your box. I said, what? I said, I just looked. I opened it. There was a card sticking that stuck on the top of the box, like some little opening there in the middle.
Right.
I took it. It was an important piece of mail. And then she left. She just left. I didn't see her online. I didn't see her again at the windows. She was just gone.
So she was your spirit for the day.
Well, whoever, she just made sure I didn't miss that piece of mail.
That's very interesting.
That's incredible.
These to me.
Did you know Lenny Bruce at all?
Not at all. I was a kid in high school, Long Island, and I was 17 when he passed. So, no. In fact, what was really interesting is my parents and my brother were reading a newspaper article, and I believe they mentioned his name maybe a few years before because he was getting arrested and all that. Discussing. So I went to see what they were looking at. My mother pushed me away. She says, I can't take him. I can't deal with him. And she pushed me away. And guess what? Look what happened.
Oh, my goodness.
I get it. I mean, I saw an apparition. Well, this is in the book. I'll give you. I saw an apparition that appeared to be Freddie Prinze.
Wow.
Okay.
and only actual apparition that I saw that I know was an apparition.
Okay.
And I'll tell you the story about that. I was at a very popular comedy club in Manhattan. And I was in the bar area. I just was hanging out. I wasn't performing. I looked in the room to see, that the show was still going on. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I see all the people. There was a lot of people in the bar. All of a sudden, they all left and walked out the door. All the people in the bar, except for the 3 people sitting on a bar stool. And they simultaneously turned around and faced the bartender. So here I am alone. And I looked again. I said, wait a minute, the show's still going on. I looked to my left, and ethereal and white. It looked like Freddie Prinze. It was a week or so after he passed. So I said, oh, this is psychological. Maybe I'm seeing things. A poor guy just passed. I'm in a comedy club. Psychologically. The whole bit. Nobody, all skeptics. I know what you're thinking. All right, wait. So he walks a step or two, and this picture is on the wall at the club. And he points to the picture. It said, and nodded to me, like, that's me. So I look again, and I said, this is getting weirder. Weirder and weirder. I said, I think I'm going to leave.
After about 20 drinks. No, I'm only kidding.
Nothing to drink, no drugs or alcohol, straight as an arrow. I've never been into that. I was afraid of any of that stuff. I didn't even smoke.
Okay.
So I said, I'm just leaving. This is something going on in my head. So I walked out of the club. Before I woke up the next morning, I hear clairaudiently in my ear, put on the album America, which I hardly played. And the song that he referred to was on the second side of the album, last song, and it was called Pigeon Song, which I never even heard that song. Maybe it started out kind of slow. I didn't even bother. It was so symbolic of his life. It was unbelievable. And I had that in the book. I told Life that just listen to the lyrics of that song, and if you know who he was, you'll say,
Yeah.
I tell you,
so wild.
That's so amazing. Like, and is it always like famous people that you get these vibes from, or talk to you, or whatever?
I did sometimes my spirit guides. I did just some channeling interspersed throughout the years also. And a friend of mine, who's a comic, he's in the book. I channeled for him through the writing, automatic writing, probably over 20-something years ago. He says he still refers to what I channeled for him. He reads it all the time.
Wow.
Really?
That's incredible.
Yes.
So you use this in your comedy acts too?
Well, right now I'm not doing stand-up, but I'm going to be in a comedy group starting the 25th. We're meeting for the first time. But I might incorporate my psychometry humorous shows with that realm.
Okay.
The comedy net.
Is it gonna, Linda? Is it a improv group?
It's gonna be improv and sketch, and I think somebody's going to do stand up. So maybe I can do my thing along with
a little bit of everything. I think the psychometry would be brilliant for that.
You really
pull it off right?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't done it, and I did it for personally for a few people, but I haven't done a show around it since the 90s. I'm going to expose myself and go out Friday because there's a place that wants to see me do my thing.
Okay. In the city or over in?
Here in the city. The city. And they're putting up a show, so they want all different types of talent.
Okay. Well, that's really
personal object like a ring or what.
Sure.
And you really actually have to be with that person to have this work.
No,
or you have to have an object
that has vibes.
Yeah.
Okay, now so you could probably do an online thing where people could send you things, and then you could do you could do your thing like a Zoom thing, like your own show.
Possibly, but people are going to be sending me all the stuff. I got to send it back.
That you don't have to return,
Strike a deal with FedEx.
I would first try. Yeah. I would first try to look at the person and see if I feel without the jury, because I do the automatic writing, and that's not holding anything. That's just
yeah.
So I have to give myself more credit that I can go beyond.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you could become a hoarder, like people like in one day you get like 500 pieces of things from somebody. Then you can have like a like one of those yard sales and get rid of their stuff.
Whatever.
That's great.
All I know is that it seems to keep coming back to my life. I let it go, it comes back. And even like, as I said, I don't want to be a stand-up. I always liked to be a comedic actress, but I did some stand-up just because I wanted to be on stage, and it was easier to go to open mics, get out there,
right,
so whatever, do my wacky.
Stand-up is a lot harder than people think.
Yeah, I don't think I could just go out on stage and just like, do a skit. I'm better off at sit down, do stand-up. But I give people a lot of credit who can go out there and I'm, there's a couple of guys that I really, really like. They come on stage and I'm laughing before they even open their mouth, But yeah, I think it takes a lot of talent to do stand up and be good at it too.
Takes a lot of honing, a lot of time on stage. You know that. I mean, anything. It's just the more you do it, the better you get. It's very tough. I do like the improv aspect of comedy. I think
did you
that I find super. Yeah, your screen froze a little bit, but
you freeze a little bit here and there, but that's okay.
Stand up is
Madonna.
Stand up is super tough. It's a lot harder than it looks, but improv is super exciting. I think for comedians, I think it's cool to be able to let loose and just whatever comes off the top of your head. I always found that pretty cool to watch.
So anyhow, you're back. Yay, you're back.
Yes, I'm really pissed at them, but this has happened before.
That's right. Whether you're on the computer or the phone, as long as you're on with us, that's fine. So, okay, so we were talking about stand-up. You don't really do a lot of stand-up and stuff like that, but, which is good. But you're into the comedy and you're going to be with this whole group. Do you have a name for your group, or is it's just,
I'm going to hold off on it because we're going to discuss it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm meeting them the 25th, so we'll discuss it and take it from there.
Okay.
Like a once a week type get together.
I don't know how often, but we're meeting the 25th, and we're going to discuss, I guess, bits and main
idea.
Are you going to do any traveling, or are you just going to stay in New York?
I'm not sure yet. We haven't even gone that far to discuss. We were just sent bits of comedy material, and we're going to go over them, and they seem to be open about improv and other forms, so it will be interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah, good. I mean, like, and how many comedians altogether?
I don't know how many people are going to be in the group. I think at least 5 to 10 people.
Oh, that's a good size. That's a good amount.
Yeah. So that's going on. I'm also in 3 choruses. One was started. One was started by Pete Seeger, the New York City Free Singers. Also, the great jazz pianist Barry Harris, who passed away recently, in his jazz choir. And there's a chorus that we meet, and we go to nursing homes and whatnot, and we sing for people, in these places. And
so we have to add singer to your repertoire.
Well,
things that you did.
I'm just like very active person. I believe in just doing whatever I can, and I believe in one thing. Out of all this, it's so important to help other people. If I do one thing to help somebody each day, whether it's opening a door, carrying someone's groceries, I feel like I'm doing the right thing.
Right.
So I just like to keep that in perspective.
And keeping yourself active. I used to laugh at the commercial, body in motion stays in motion. But when you really look at that commercial, it is so true. I mean, people who like just sit back and do nothing just fade away. Their mind is not active anymore. Their body's not active.
Exactly.
And what's going to happen to them? They're just going to be a lump of coal. and so sad. And somebody said to me, like, oh, you're always going, you're always this, you're always that. Don't you ever take time for yourself? Yeah, no, because I want to be active. I want to be out there. I want to be doing things. It's important. I think it's very, very important. So yeah, that commercial was whoever devised that commercial was ingenious. They really did an ingenious thing.
Well, it's normal. I mean, the people who live the longest usually are active people, but also community centered. It's very important not to be alone,
right,
and have people around you. And Manhattan can be a lonely place. It's big and huge and all this other stuff. So many things going on that sometimes you can get lost.
Yes.
But if you think about it, Linda, any place could be a lonely place if if you let it be. Here we have a lot of things going on, but not everything that suits everybody. So you're just not going to join things for the sake of joining things sometimes. And that's what happens. People say, oh, I really want to do this. I really want to do that. But it's that, they're not offering, or you try to offer, try and set something up. People don't want to be involved, So it's kind of like a catch-22. Like, you want to be a really active person. You want to be doing a lot of things. And sometimes it's just not out there for you. I had to fill out a paper the other day for our county, about the things that I'd like to see in the county. I put down everything, like have everything. Give people a huge amount of things to choose from. And if you offer it, they'll come. If you make these things available, they'll come,
Absolutely. You try to read up on events too, because sometimes the local newspapers will advertise there's a fair going on.
Right.
And come see the beautiful flowers at the gardens.
Or strawberry picking, or, my daughter sent me something about going to the Meadowlands to see the dinosaur exhibit. Sure, let's go. They're not real, obviously, but it's a fun day. It's an outing. It's something to do. It's something to see. Why not? Why not go?
Sure. They don't ask me, because I'll get creative and say, listen, it really depends on what you consider fun. I want to do baby elephant yoga. Do you have that? Can I suggest that? I'm going to swing for the fences if you're going to give me an option and get crazy.
You only do things with animals. So
no,
things with animals.
Linda strikes me as the type of woman that her and I could probably have a vicious go at it with, like Twister. Like a good Twister match.
It's a group.
Yeah.
Game Twister. Oh, okay.
Comedy Twister.
Okay.
You have to tell jokes while you're like left hand blue, and then you got to stay there and you got to tell a joke, and you got to stay. And if you laugh too hard and you fall, that's it.
Oh, that's
see, that's fun. That's fun.
I've been a wordler since it practically started. Every day I have to do the Wordle.
Oh, the Wordle. My
wife's time. My father used to do that. And remember, Grandpa did that. Every single day he had to do that. I'm a crossword person. I love crossword puzzles.
My father was a crossword puzzler.
Oh, I love
good at it.
Oh, yeah.
Did he have his newspaper with the pencil, and you know? Oh yeah.
No, I do mine in pen. I don't do pencil. I do pen. Yeah. If you're a good crossword person, you have a pen. You don't have a pencil.
Yeah, well, he was quick at it. I know that. And the New York Times, he did.
Yeah, the Times.
Oh yeah.
The Times is tough. I like the Daily News, but the Times is tough. But it's good. It like really challenges your mind. It's really good.
What do you have, Linda, on the horizon coming up? I mean, obviously you have the new group.
Comedy.
The new group you got going on. You have your chorus. You're doing a lot of singing, which is awesome.
Yeah.
What else do you have? Any more writings?
I'm gonna go dancing soon. I think there's a dance coming up, and there's outdoor dancing at Lincoln Center coming up.
Nice. Yeah.
Do you have a fella?
I have a few. I'm seeing, and a few friends. Right as now,
Oh, you get about you.
As I said, I was out there. Well, I could be quiet too. I could be very I will call myself an extroverted introvert.
I actually fully understand what you're saying too.
You're right. That's pretty good.
You know?
So you got singing, you got dancing. Are you going to be writing another book?
Oh no, one and done. That was a
One and
huge-
done?
One and done.
Oh gosh, I'll channel more people, but I don't think it's going to be a book. I think it'll just be some channeling here and there, and take it from there. I'm not going to say no for sure, but I don't get a sense of another book.
That little short stories or something on your channel?
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, because if any of you written a book?
I have.
You?
I have.
Yeah.
Well, you probably know.
It's a lot.
It's exhausting.
It is a lot. It is. Yeah. I mean, like I threw myself into it. I took myself out. I put myself back in. So once I retired, I had no excuse not to finish my book, and I did. Good. And I finally did. But it was a lot of work. It was a lot of time. It was a lot of energy, and but in the end, I loved it. I do want to do a children's series, but I haven't had the time yet to get to that. But I have everything set up in my mind what I want to do. It's going to be 5 different books, and I just needed to find the time to sit down and get it started. And children's books are a lot easier to do. And if you work with an illustrator, that's good. You don't have a problem. But you don't need to have a long book. It's not like writing a novel.
Well, mine's like a little novella. It's a short but impactful book. It's like very impactful. Powerful.
I know. I was hoping I would get it in before today, but it hasn't come in yet. So I don't know. But it will, and I will read it, and then I'm going to send you an email and let you know what I think about it.
Thank you. And if you like it, just put a good review on Amazon. Now people who don't want to go on Amazon, they can go through my publisher. I have a bookshop with my publisher, and I have a separate link. I just give Amazon because it's easier. People relate to it.
That's what I went to, Amazon. So tell the audience, tell all our fans where they can find you.
Okay, they can go to my Facebook page, Linda Meris, at Meris the Sea, a Sea of Hope. They can find that group, Meris, Meris, the Sea, SEA, a Sea of Hope.
Okay.
And they can also see my book, Hypocrisy. I give the short version, Hypocrisy versus Mysticism. It's called Buddhism and Morality, but you can find it on Amazon very easily by either Linda Meris, Meris, or Hypocrisy versus Mysticism.
Okay.
And you'll come up.
Okay. Any other channels that they can find you on?
Any other channels? When you say
any other social media?
Oh, well, besides Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, wow. Yeah, I mean, all they have to do is message me on any of these. I will answer them, respond to them, and adhere to what they want to hear or what they need to do.
Right.
Sure.
Okay. Well, Linda, it's been even though you froze on us a little bit, that's okay. Freeze frames are always good. It's been a pleasure having you on the show. I knew I was going to enjoy every minute of you, and I did. And we had a lot of fun, and I can't wait to read the book and then give you your review and let you know how I feel about it. So for all of our fans out there, we are funnyminds.com. Please go on our website. On our website, you're going to find 2 organizations that we're very close to, and that's St. Jude's Children's Hospital and breast cancer. Oh. And there's a big purple button. If you press that button, you can make a donation. And if you can't make a donation, if there's something that you can do in life to help the people in these 2 organizations, it would be absolutely wonderful. We would greatly appreciate it. And with that, Linda, we're going to say goodbye to you. And thank you for coming on the show and taking the time to be with us.
And Linda, I just want to state before you go that when my mother says she's going to read her book and let you know what she thinks, basically that's code for I'm going to call you up after I read it and we're going to get together and have lunch.
I'm
coming into the city. I'm coming into the city. We're doing lunch.
Okay.
No, thank you. Thank you so much, Linda.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Linda. Again, it's been a pleasure and good luck to you.
I thank you so much.
Okay. Bye-bye now.
Bye.